this pressure still went off, and Chat will go down. But hold on, yeah. Ventari's low, but now Sizer's so low though. Sizer, hold on, Sizer getting the heal off. Will Ventari go down? Ventari will go down, and Chat gets himself back up into play now. Sizer's low, and he takes Sizer down. Oh my goodness.
Either 30 seconds, they're really trying to push in. They still have that one cap in their favor as well, but CM is just completely over them at this point. Let's see again.
18 seconds.
Pushing it, super throwing down the fire field here at the moment. They're trying their best to focus the Lord. 10 seconds left in the game. The Lord's at about 80% health. They're just really trying. 60, 40, 5 seconds. Here we go.
If they get this,
health.
it's possible. They might get this, Blue. No! Yes, they got it!
Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome to this week's Mistpedia North American 3v3 tournament. I am Blue, your host for this evening. Once again, we have 4 teams lined up and ready to go for you tonight. We're not going to waste any time. We'll be getting right into the action here. We've got Outplayed by Children, Team Radical, Drenched in Baby Oil, and the Order of Avalon all playing for you guys tonight. So let's not waste any time and get right into our first matchup, which is going to be between Outplayed by Children and Team Radical. Going into the game cameras once again, you can see here the teams we have already. Over here on the red side, we're going to be having Outplayed by Children with Backpack, Candace, and Nas. And then on the blue side as well, we'll be having Team Radical with Darth, Kizos, and AK playing. With a really quick overview of the builds over here. AK playing on Warrior, going to be playing a Condi Warrior, but with Celestial Amulet here. Ruins of the Soldier, triple shouts, as well as the traits once again being 00464. Kizos on Ranger over here, going to be playing Spirits 200660 with Balthazar, Settler's Amulet, Axe, Offhand Torch, and Sword, Offhand Dagger. And then Darth over here on Necromancer will be rolling with Staff, Offhand Scepter, and Dagger with Runes of Nightmare, Rabbit Amulet, and I believe a pretty typical Necromancer Condi build here, 06404. Meanwhile, over on the red side, we have Backpack playing on Rifle NG, 60044 with Celestial and Runes of Strength with a Rifle, Sigil, Battle, and Intelligence. Moving on from that, we have a Candace playing on Guardian with Hammer, as well as Scepter, Offhand Shield, currently running with a Magi Amulet, Runes of the Soldier, and the traits being 00266. And last but not least, Nas the Necromancer for the red team will be running pretty much the same exact build. The Darth is running 06404 with the equipment once again being a Staff, Scepter, Offhand Dagger with a Carrion Amulet, and Runes of Nightmare. Before we begin, guys, I just want to clarify something. Our rules do state that legendaries are banned from these events, but we have overridden that from this point onward. From this event onward, legendaries will no longer be banned from the event. They are going to be allowed. A certain tower will still be banned from our events, just that legendaries will not be allowed. Anyway, guys, that's enough talking. Let's get right into game 1. As soon as our players are ready to go, we shall begin. But other than that, it's pretty usual 3v3 arena deathmatch. Last team standing will score a point. First team to 2 points will be moving on to the next round. And for our grand finals, it'll be a best of 5, meaning the first team to 3 points moves on. It's pretty simple. Fight to the death. Last team standing wins. Waiting for Nas and Kizos, then we shall begin.
The match starts soon. Last chance to nail down your strategy.
Alrighty, guys, and here we go with round 1 now between Outplayed by Children spawning on the red side of the map and Team Radical will be spawning over here on the blue side of the map. Gates opening up in 3 seconds. Once again, we are on the Courtyard Deathmatch map.
Let's get this
So
started.
here we go, guys. Coming out of the gates right now. Let's see how it goes. Kizos Howes will be preparing Spirits and all that. AK actually going forward here pretty valiantly. Did pop, I'm not sure if this was on purpose or not, but all 3 of his shouts did go on a cooldown there. We can obviously, again, red team kind of throwing out their volleys and projectiles here at the start, too. Now, I believe it did throw at the very least Darth in a comment. Might do the same thing here with Kizos, but I'm actually really curious as to see what AK is doing. Kind of sneak around the side here, try to trap one of his teammates, I believe, get him CC'd. He does manage to connect with the Nas there, and as well, it'll force a Candace to fall back on him, but as well, AK is going to get hit with an Immobilize, get Pokeballed here as well by a Candace by doing the favor. We're not seeing much, focus going on him there. Does get knocked into the Pokeball wall there as well, but as you can see, a lot of Condies rolling on him here at the moment. Thankfully, with all 3 shouts, he will have plenty of Condi cleanse not enough to get rid of everything here, and he's also going to get crated, I believe, by Backpack. AK really needs to get himself out of here. But on the blue side, again, we do have our two members, the other two members of the blue side, that is Kizos and Darth. They're doing quite all right. AK just not looking so hot here at the moment. Switching over to Kizos' point of view there. Darth as well just ran out of his DS. We're going to see Kizos trying to come in for a Mana Res. Stomp will come in there from a Candace once again, knocking him right out of play here early at the start. Backpack starting to get a little bit low as we switch over to his point of view again using Gear Shield. He'll have his heal coming up in about 3 seconds, so I don't believe he'll be at any risk. He still has that lot of CC that he can bring out into play there from Rifle and whatnot, so he's going to take Kizos into the downstate once again. Stomp coming in from Backpack. Actually, a bit of a troll stomp coming in there, but that won't matter too much there, as once again, Red Team pretty much has this one in the bag. Darth still taking a little bit of pressure over here, but he's the last member from the Blue Team alive. That'll be the end of this round, guys. Red Team now coming in for a stomp, just going to knock these guys out, and then that'll be the end of the game. So, Red Team being a bit DM here, waiting for the actual kill to happen, but we will speed that along a little bit here. There we go. Now they're taking him out via damage. So with Dark going down, guys, our Red Team, outplayed by Children, will take round 1. We'll be up 1-0 in the set. Just one short win away from a spot in the Grand Finals this week, guys. So stick around. We'll be back with round 2 in just a moment.
For the next round. Last chance to nail down your strategy.
Alright, guys, and here we go with round 2 here now of Outplayed by Children versus Team Radical. Just saw Outplayed by Children take round 1. They're pretty dominantly, in all honesty. Blue Team coming off a little bit sloppy. So we're going to have to wait and see if they can pull it together here now for round 2 there. We had that AK again going in there with a very aggressive opener. It did not work out too well, though, and got CC'd pretty heavily. So obviously, again, I think a new strategy will be employed here going into the second round. We can already see that coming into play. Blue Team going to be acting much more cautious this time. Won't be diving in their AK. They're just going to be hanging out by his teammates this time. Still going to poke his head out here, kind of act as bait. We can see once again over here, we've also got Nas throwing in auto attacks from Staff 1 here at the moment. So it is going to be, just trying to cleave as much as he can, but to no avails. We still out in max range. Just in general, that one auto attack won't be doing much. So, other than that, though, just in terms of the compositional advantage here, definitely got to give it to the Red Team. Has a lot more support in general. Has a lot more, just general kind of like, has a lot of general AoE support they can bring onto play. So, for instance, you got a Candace over here on a pretty typical Bunker Guardian, so he's going to be bringing out a lot of help through the traits he's got available here, such as, once again, he's got Pure Voice, I believe. Yep. So, again, he's going to be converting a lot of Connies and all that, which, again, this team that they're going up against is pretty Connie heavy. You've got AK running with what is at least believed to be a Connie warrior. They're at least looking at the weapon sets. And then you've also got an Necromancer as well, so Candace will be helping out pretty greatly in regards to that and countering out a lot of that stuff. And then you've got Backpack as well, who can still, while he's an engineer, and they tend to be a little bit more selfish in the support they bring out into play, can still help out by quite a bit. Healing Turret does a pretty decent amount. And he's also got Toss Elixir S and things like that, which can save teammates pretty decently when you get into tough situations. But again, Backpack actually going to pull out his crate here for some defense. He's being engaged on pretty heavily there by members of the blue team, specifically Kizos kind of up on his bum there, but as well he did have Darth putting quite a few Connies on him as well. We are going to see Darth get pulled there. Once again, did have his ability that he got there when he went to Plague Form Cleanse, but Backpack took a lot of damage with the process of that, though. He's not going to have to kind of piece away from here. Just watch out for his health pool once again, though, as AK is actually kind of putting a lot of pressure on him at the moment here. But again, handling it pretty well. Gear Shield there to prevent a lot of damage coming off him. I believe Darth was one who was kind of threatening there, but Darth definitely not looking too hot himself here at the moment. Probably going to try to pull out a worm and get away from that, but only 695 health. not entirely sure he's going to be able to escape, and no, he will not. Goes apologies. Goes into the downstate here in a can as well, hammering him off there to prevent any instant res run off. Gonna be close, but they'll actually get him back up into play there. Very nice by the blue team. Bit of a lucky break there. Backpack is also done the process here, but not a lot of, not a lot of follow-up on that by the blue team. Again, I didn't even see him down, granted, but still, no one really going over there to try and get a stomp off. So very easy. They should be able. They did get back up into play. Once again, we did see Darth Vanger going into the downstate though. Thankfully, they did have a banner ready to go there. It was AK's banner coming down into play, and because they did that very little poison or anything to mitigate that, and just in general was helpful. Would have probably been high enough anyway. But Backpack being chased pretty heavily here. He's going to fall into the downstate now. AK now coming in for a stomp to eliminate him from the game, and it is going to work. Knocking him out of play once more over here. A Candace as well. Probably the next target. And we may be looking at blue team coming back into this now. Very well done indeed there, but they still got to watch out. Darth Vanger is starting to get a little bit low over here. Keep on, this is Death Scout health for the moment. And as well, I believe he popped off CC burst before he went into that. He'll have CC coming up right in about 1 second here, though, so he should be alright, even though he does have these pretty big condies on him. There we go. Nicely done. They'll get Darth Vanger back off, but still has a lot of pressure on him coming in from Nas as well as a Candace over here. But unfortunately, a Candace won't be able to do much as he's taking quite a beating, so he's going to be forced to kind of loop around here. Darth actually does go down, but again, Nas, you can see over there too, tried to do a, going over to Nas's point of view here, tried to do what I believe was a Spectral Walk Stomp. Didn't work out too well, though, unfortunately, and with that said, ended up, that was actually a pretty tricky combo, I believe. Yeah, I think he had to do, like, Worm, like, pop Spectral Walk, do Worm, and then pop Spectral Walk again in order to pull that off. It was very unfortunate that they actually cut him back up, because that would have been pretty impressive if he had pulled that off. But once again there, we are going to see Nas going down in addition to a Candace dying just a few seconds ago there. So with that said, guys, blue team, Team Radical, will come back here now in round 2, tie the set up at 1-1, and take us into a game 3, guys. We'll be right back with the conclusion of this set in just a few moments. Alright guys, we're coming back to you now with the third round here between Outplayed by Children and Team Radical for the first spot in the grand finals of this week's 3v3 Arena Cup. So here we go, guys, get the gates opening up once again. We've got the blue team. Got a roster once again. AK over here playing a pretty hybridized Condi-ish word. Again, he's got triple shouts here. Triple healing shouts, I should mention there as well, which we're getting a lot of support, not only himself, but teammates there too. Darth Vanger over here bringing in a lot of Condi pressure to the team. Nas doing pretty much the same exact job over there for the red team as well. But then they've got obviously Kizos on a Speed Ranger, and we all know what that does. It's really supportive and very annoying to deal with because spirits. But anyway, going into things here on the red side, you've still got Backpack playing Celestial Energy, so that'll be doing a pretty decent job, especially when you combine it with the Strength Runes that I believe he is running here at the moment as well. It's, bringing out support there through Toss Elixir S and Healing Turn, as well as the Crate like we talked about earlier, and then you've got a Candace being the pretty usual Bunker Guardian that we're used to seeing in Conquest. That's, it actually isn't used all that much here in 3v3s and 2v2s, but we do see it pop up, especially in 3v3s too, where you've obviously got that extra person that can come into play, and it's been working out pretty well so far. But anyway, guys, going into the fight now, and as it has begun, AK diving deep into enemy territory, or especially trying to knock out Nas over there. Saw him try to dive in, but good support coming in there from Candace with the hammer. Gets the chains on him as well as the Pokeball sitting right around them there, so it's going to slow those guys down by quite a bit. Blue team's other member there, Kizos, also got slowed down by a bit as well, but they are hot on the trail here at the moment. Trying to save Darth, unfortunately, as he took a lot of damage there as well, but a very, very, very well-timed banner. Almost instantly going to get AK back up into play, but again, Darth needs to get himself away from these guys, or he's going to find himself in the downstate very quickly once again. Bit of mobilization spam coming out here once again from Candace there. Uses the third ability on Scepter, following that up almost immediately with the third ability on Hammer to keep him CC'd and chain as much as humanly possible. Did get free that before any serious damage came on, but once again, a lot of that did eat through his Death Shroud here, so he's once again going to be a bit of a tough spot. He's willing to have access to one of his main defensive cooldowns here, which, just, acts as a second health pool for quite some time. And he saw that he was so close to actually getting a health pool back up, or getting a heal up there, but unfortunately, they get knocked down just for it. Thankfully, I believe Kizos had the Nature Spirit up and running there. Yep, indeed he did, and used the active on that in order to get his teammate back up. And the meantime, we've also got a Candace falling into the downs here. A lot of Condies rolling onto all members of the red team here. You can see mobilizations all across the board, poisons, as well as bleeding. I believe we just saw there, though, Candace taking in a lot of, or Candace actually cleansing a lot of that off there via his shouts, but unfortunately to no avail as he will fall into the down state once more over here. Keys does not try to come in for a stomp, does get interrupted by Wave of Light, but doesn't knock him back there too much just because of the terrain he was on. Also, again, a lot of corpse going off here. Does still have the symbol of judgment down, but once that's going, he's going to be in some serious trouble here. Darth Vanquisher also down, but look at that, guys. Darth Vanquisher gets taken down there first. That doesn't mean a Candace is safe, though. He's still low, and as well, he's going to get Healing Breeze off here. That's going to be big heals for the rest of his team, as well as himself. They're bringing himself back up to about 50% health. He may have just guaranteed himself the game there by getting off that Healing Breeze, as well as the big mistake of letting Darth Vanquisher die there. Big mistake by Blue Team indeed. That may have cost them the entire game, but we're not done yet, guys. Blue Team still has both AK and Kizos back up into play, and they are not running with a singular. They're not really running with any bunk here. It's just a combination between support and Condi. So we're going to have to see AK, though, taking a lot of damage here. Candace will come and try to get a stomp. Has stability up and ready to go. I'm not sure they have anything to cleanse that. No, they will not. In fact, Candace won't even need to be the one to execute that stop, as I believe Backpack or NASA successfully did that on their own. Kizos here, unfortunately, getting cured into a wall. And with that, guys, that is going to be the end of this set, I believe. Congratulations to the red team. Very well handled. Very nice break there, too, with getting the stomp off onto Darth there. Pretty much the play that saved the game there for them. So excellently done in that regard. So with that said, guys, our red team, outplayed by children, is going to be taking the first set here in this tournament today. And as well, they will be moving on to the grand finals. And Team Radical, unfortunately, will be eliminated. So with that said, guys, we will be moving on to our next game in just a moment here. So stick around, and we'll be right back with the next set.
Last chance to nail down your strategy.
Alrighty, guys, we're coming back to you now with our second out of 3 games for today. It's drenched in baby oil over here on the red team with Hiva, Zeus, and Quilja going up against the Order of Avalon over on the blue team with Lemonal Shepherd, Ophelia Admon, and Maltharine.
Let's get this
On the
started.
blue side once again. Game has just begun, guys, so Let us see how things are going to go here for both of our teams. Coming out of the gates here, looks like Red Team probably going to take a very offensive stance here. Indeed, that is going to be the case. Hibbett diving directly in there with nades. Already a lot of AoE damage. We're going to see a mass invis coming out there from Malthorine as well, just trying to avoid some direct targeting there on the red side. Has seemed to work here, but now Blue Team, you need to rally together. They need to get themselves together as one group, and that's not the case here at the moment. We do have, I believe, it's Blue Team Guardian coming over there towards Malthorine, but unfortunately won't stop them from going into the downstate. In fact, both of them have already fallen down here. Red Team, excellent burst focus coming out from these guys. Already taking both of them down. Ophelia as well. Does actually get them both up there with a Nature's Renewal, so excellently played in that regard. But again, they need to seriously turn this game around within the next few seconds, or they may just lose those guys once again here. Lemonal Shepherd getting very low here. Has his shelter coming up in about 3 seconds. If he can get out of the way of some burst here, he can get that off, and he is going to be able to do so. Now he's got to turn himself around here and get the damage back up here on a Quilja or Zeus, one of the 2 targets near him. Other than that, though, it just looks like that at the moment here. Red Team absolutely dominating his matchup here. And once again, Lemonal Shepherd and Malthorine both in the downstate. Ophelia has lost her Spiritual Fusion. She will not be able to get that active res off on those guys. And as well, it is looking very strong here now for Red Team to take the first round with Ophelia going into the downstate here. We are going to see them doing so. So congratulations to the Red Team. Drenched in Baby Oil are now going to be up 1-0 in the set. And we'll be now just one short victory away from moving on to the grand finals, guys. We'll be right back with the second round in just a second.
Take a deeper breath and give it time. You can walk the path among the lines, but always know that you'll be safe. I'll be here throughout your day.
I summon the
Come
power
find
of
me
Balant.
and we will play.
The match starts soon. Last chance to nail down your strategy.
Alright guys, here we go. Once again, it is round 2 of Drenched in Baby Oil versus the Order of Avalon. If we see Drench take this one, they're moving on to the grand finals and eliminating the Order of Avalon right here, guys. So let's see how it goes. Really quickly, just checking out some builds here very fast. Once again, we've got Zeus playing Dagger, Celestial Strength, Elementalist over here with the traits once again being 002, 66. Quilja over here on Guardian playing Celestial DPS, Guardian 01634. Usually we actually see a couple points going over here in Azeel in order to get the boosted damage, but look at this guy's already going away from the builds here for a second. The game already getting into full swing now, seeing Blue Team taking huge numbers of damage. Lemonal Shepherd, in fact, already almost in the downstate, being forced to pop his renewed focus here as well. Diving in over here, trying to get something off on the red team, but not going to be happening. He goes into the downstate. Ophelia does have a Nature Spirit out, but it was interrupted there as they tried to get the active off on it, so unfortunately he will not be able to save his teammate. Heem's going to have to save himself here, though, very quickly, but that's not going to be happening either. Ophelia Admon goes into the downstate, and just like that, we've got a double kill already over here on the field for the red team. And now as well, only Malthorine up and alive. And I believe that's going to be a quick 2-0 for our red team, guys. Still going to find and knock out Malthorine, but she'll probably... Oh, actually interrupts the pull there. But again, Malthorine probably will not be lasting much longer. And with that, guys, our red team will be taking a quick 2-0 here. And they will move on to the grand finals to take on Outplayed by Children. And that'll be the end of that set, guys. Once again, we'll be coming back to you in just a few moments as soon as our teams are ready to go with the conclusion of the tournament already. We're only like 20 minutes in. With the conclusion of the tournament between Outplayed by Children and Drenched in Baby Oil, guys. Be right back. Alrighty, guys, here we go once again with the grand finals of this week's 3v3 Cup. Again, going with only 4 teams. Sad face. It's Drenched in Baby Oil versus Outplayed by Children. Outplayed by Children is over here on the blue side of the map. Drenched in Baby Oil is over here on the red side of the map. Once again, we are seeing, what is this, Zeus diving right in there, screws up the ride to Lightning, though, gives the Candace a chance to dive right onto him. They're going to be trying to chase him to the best of his abilities, but unfortunately will not do that so well. A lot of Connies will actually roll onto Zeus here, and a good crate comes out there from Backpack as well. Very excellently played there. Going to be doing a nice job of slowing him down. Thankfully, he does have cooldowns ready to go, and he'll be able to regenerate himself pretty much back up to full there. But again, obviously, cooldowns being used. They'll have to watch out for that later on in the matchup. But blue team going to be falling completely back here. Want to go for a full reset. Not entirely sure as to why. I'm guessing they just want to have control of the fight because of the Necromancer on their team, which is a very valid thing to try and do. But here we go once again. Quilljin, Hibify, getting a corner off there on a Nas. Very excellently done cornering. I'm going to be forcing him to walk through one of them and take huge numbers of damage there. And once again, make him walk up in this little bit of an awkward spot as he's to try and kite around the staircase here, this plank up here as well. We'll run into, I believe this is Hibo, but look at this. A Candace being thrown into the down state there. Does have Vapor Form ready to go, but again, going down in a pretty bit awkward spot as you see Backpack and Nas are very far away indeed. Quilljin coming in here, gets a stability. No, does not connect that stability, so I believe we had a Toss Elixir S coming in there from Backpack. Yes, indeed. Toss Elixir S came in there from Backpack at the last second, thankfully saved his butt. And now again, blue team going to try to turn things back around over here onto Zeus. A lot of Connies as well as damage going on to him. It'll take him into the downstate now with a Candace coming in stop. Obviously, Zeus will be popping Vapor Form, trying to get closer to his own teammates, but not entirely sure if they will be available to go hard to res him here. But it looks like they might just be able to pull it off. Indeed, they shall. And once again, Nas is in the downstate here. We're going to have to see if they'll take him down. Finally, looks like that'll be the case. Oh, we actually have. Oh, what happened there? Got a lot of health back from something. I'm not entirely sure what it was, though, but didn't get him back up into play. I'm guessing a Candace is running with the healing? Yeah, a Candace running with the glyph there, but unfortunately, Nas did have poison on him at the time, so it didn't go for the full res there. Only going to be resing for 66% of his overall health, and with 2 out of 3 members of the blue team down, a Candace being the last one alive in the downstate here. Red team will take round 1, be up 1 in the set, and just 2 more wins away from that 2K gem prize, guys. Be right back with round 2 as soon as our teams are ready to go.
Starts soon. Last chance to nail down your strategy.
Alright guys, here we go once again. It is round 2 now, the grand finals here. Keep in mind, best of 5 sets, so first team to 3 points, not 2 points, will be winning the event here, but Drenched in Baby Oil obviously has the advantage here going into the second round once again. But here we go. Red team coming off of that victory. It looks like they may be playing very aggressively here indeed. Quilljin wrapping around right over here on the blue team territory, as you can see once again by the very nicely done color scheme here that A-Net has done on this map to just show us what sides they are. But again, they do catch up to the flesh storm. And this is actually, again, I talked about this a little bit last night too in the TV. This is actually a pretty crucial thing because, again, blue team needs to control the area that they are fighting in so that, once again, Nos will have the availability to kind of retreat out of a fight. By destroying that worm, they're going to destroy that opportunity there, as well as increase the cooldown of the recharge on it by about 5 seconds there. So, again, it's a pretty big thing. Unfortunately, it looks like they kind of walked into the Hornet's Nest here. Hiba taking a huge amount of damage. Really nicely done there by the red team. Or apologies, yeah, by the red team. Or, no, by the blue team there with the crate and all that action there coming in. Already taking him into the downside. We see double immunity stomps coming in here from the blue team to knock Hiba out of play, and it'll work successfully there. Again, I believe Nos was one to actually execute the stomp, so very well done indeed as well to get the pull-up on the Zeus here, trying to do any damage they can to him before he zoops away there. As we know, the Elemental has plenty of escapes. Getting a fear off there on them too, and loading him up with Condis. Zeus will now go into the down state, and as well will almost immediately pop Vapor Form there. Cordial will come and try to save the day, gets feared off the corpse there. They have to know the trait res is incoming there, so they're just going to damage the body. Won't go for a stomp just yet, but now Cordial is just going to be running away from here as well, and I believe he is going to be ceding this round to his team, to his enemies, and as such now blue team will make their comeback, tie the setup at 1-1, and take us into a third round, guys. So we are going to be right back with round 3. Give us just a moment here, and we'll be coming back to you as soon as our players are set and ready to go.
chance to nail down your strategy. Let's get this started.
All right, guys, here we go. We have just started round 3 here now. in the grand finals of this week's event between Drenched in Baby Oil and Outplayed by Children. Once again, we're going to see Blue Team taking that defensive stance they need to take here because of the Necromancer. It's going to be a bit of a crux for their team. And again, Red Team kind of rushing in there just to knock out the Worm. Nas has not actually thrown it down there yet, kind of learning his lesson from the last round there. But there we go, Quilja pops into nowhere. Good fear comes out, but as well, Hibba gets the pull off there. Thankfully for Nas, though, the terrain there did work for his advantage. He didn't get pulled enough there for the crowbar to connect onto him, so he was able to get out of the way of most of the damage. But again, going to get pulled kind of into the throne here. We're going to get pulled into the tussle grenades to get away from that. Crate comes down there too. I believe it was a friendly crate for him there. Yep, as the medkits are currently friendly for him, so Nas will come in once again, try to get up, pick up some of these here, get some health back, and now try to turn things back around on his opponent team, which so far is working pretty well. You can see Zeus and Hibba both on the retreat here at the moment, trying to get away, but at the same time, got to be a bit careful here. Nas took quite a bit of damage, thankfully. In the midst of all of that, Nas was able to throw down his worm kind of in the middle of the arena here, hit that pop, and then get himself out of there. Once again, once the pressure got a little bit too hot for him to handle. Candace also is taking a little bit of the brunt here, but overall, he's all right. Once again, grouped up over there with Backpack. They're getting a little bit of passive regeneration going in there. Candace going into Water Tomb, Moviola. We get a lot of heals off on Nas as well there. We'll also see Backpack comboing that with the healing kit there as well, but Nas once again getting CC'd pretty heavily there. Mobilization going on to him, switching our point of view once again over here on the Hibba to try and watch the offensiveness here at the moment, but Hibba's getting loaded up with Condies here. Thankfully, he is going to be having the heal turret coming up in just a second, so we're going to throw that down. Probably go for a pickup there. Actually, nope, is going to blow it up all the way there, and we'll take that extra 5-second cooldown because of that. But overall, at the moment, it does look like Red Team has a very slight advantage, but again, here in 3v3s and with a lot of support, just in general, the tanky builds being played here, it can get turned around pretty quickly indeed, so we'll have to wait and see. Usually, again, we see the first or second downing will probably determine who will be kind of in the lead for the majority of the fight here, but once again, Nas still the primary target. You're sitting at about 50% both of in DS and his main health pool here, but thankfully does have CC up and ready to go here. Going to be popping that off there as well. It was poison effect, I believe. Not sure if the poison actually affects it, because it does cleanse all Condies. I'm not sure which effect takes precedence, but again, Hibba goes down there. Good quick res actually comes off there from both Zeus and Quilja, so we'll get Hibba back up into play there once again, but a combination of Mobilize, Pull, and Crowbar there will really hurt Hibba. Thankfully, the Crowbar did get blocked by the Gear Shield. Quick movement there once again from Hibba, and getting that back up into play, but now again, getting absolutely CC locked here. Walden to be able to get his heal up. We see Nas coming in here with a Plague Stomp. Stability is up and ready to go there on his end, and it'll take him out. He himself is a little bit low here, but overall, I think he's quite alright. Zeus will fall down here as well now, and as will Quilja, I believe, a little bit farther away from that, though. Yeah, Quilja's down way over here. So with that said, guys, our blue team is now going to be coming back into play here as well, taking the third game away from their opponents. One second. And with that said, guys, Outplayed by Children will now be up 2-1 in the set. And as such, they will now be one more win away, that is, from winning this week's event. We'll be right back, guys, with our fourth round in just a moment.
last chance to nail down your strategy.
Alrighty, guys, here we go once again with what could be the final game in this tournament. Drenched in Baby Oil versus Outplayed by Children. Tournament point for Outplayed by Children here. So let's see how Red Team will respond, if they can come back, take us to round 5, or if they will fall to the mind of Outplayed by Children, and we'll see a 3-1 victory in their favor. So at the moment here, once again, Red Team playing aggressively, kind of as they are forced here, to try and control the area that they are engaging in. They gotta watch out, make sure to keep Nas on his toes here, keep him in bad positions. He does have the worm out on the field. Not sure, oh, actually is gonna pop it there, as again his teammates weren't pushing on him, they weren't ready to engage, so pop it on. Also saw over here too, Hiba, or Zeus rather, trying to sneak around them there, trying to engage on Nas. He's gonna pop that, take the reduced 5 seconds. Whoa, gets pulled in there, as we see by Hiba. Not sure if he saw the effect coming in there from the corners, but thankfully was able to get that off. Now Nas hot on the run here, once again, gonna be pointing back there, I believe through Spectral Walk, trying to get himself away, but also retaliating now with more damage going over here on the Red Team. Great combination comes in on these guys, along with an updraft there from a Candace. Corrupt Boon comes out there as well, and Hibify loading him up with conditions here. Needs to cleanse these very quickly, or he'll find himself in the downstate. No, he's not going to be able to get away. Now in the downstate, a Candace coming in here with a miss for himself. They got to arrest him quickly. No, it's not going to be happening. Hiba already knocked out of play here, leaving only Kulja and Zeus alive. No one on the blue team is even remotely low here. Not's going to take a risk here, diving into his opponent, but he's got full DS here. Once again, going to go and load Zeus up with conditions here. Zeus will fall to the downstate, and I believe that is it, guys. GG has been called by Hiba. Zeus will soon be knocked out, leaving only Kulja alive. GG called by both the players, so we're going to end the game right there. And with that said, guys, blue team, Outplayed by Children, is going to be taking this week's event in a 3-1 final event victory, guys. So congratulations to them. That's going to be Backpack, Nas, and a Candace, each 2K gem card, and as well our second place team, Hiba, Kulja, and Zeus, will each be taking home a 800 gem card. And that'll be it for us, guys, here at the Mistpedia Esports Dungeon. I am Blue, your host for this evening. We do have a couple things to go over before we actually end the stream, so stick around, guys. I also have a gem card to give away when we do come back, so we're going to take about a 2-minute